Odysseus and his men found themselves trapped in a dark cave, where every moment was a struggle for survival against a monstrous one-eyed giant. This was the desperate situation the Greek hero faced during his epic journey home. Instead of succumbing to panic, Odysseus used his intelligence and courage to devise a daring escape, which became one of the most famous stories in Greek mythology. In this video, we will explore the details of this incredible escape and discover how Odysseus managed to outsmart Polyphemus, the fearsome Cyclops. Get ready for a narrative full of suspense, ingenuity, and twists that will captivate your attention. How can human cunning triumph over the brute strength of a monster? Let's find out together. Cyclopes are among the most fascinating creatures in Greek mythology. These giants, known for their unparalleled strength and the single eye located in the middle of their forehead, represent both brute power and mystery. Born from the union of Gaia, Mother Earth, and Uranus, the sky, the first Cyclopes came into the world alongside the Titans and the Centaurs. This noble origin bestowed upon them a special status among mythological beings, making them both feared and respected figures. The first Cyclopes, named Brontes, Steropes, and Argesh, were known not only for their strength but also for their skills as blacksmiths. Their ability to manipulate metals and forge legendary weapons was crucial in many myths, particularly in the Titanomachy. Their single eye, a unique feature, made them even more distinctive, symbolizing a singular and penetrating vision capable of seeing beyond appearances. These beings were also deeply connected to the earth and the sky, reflecting the duality of their creation. Gaia and Uranus, as their progenitors, imbued the Cyclopes with both the stability and strength of the earth and the vastness and unpredictability of the sky. This explosive combination resulted in beings that could cause earthquakes and storms, but also create technological marvels. It's interesting to note that despite their fearsome appearance, the Cyclopes possessed a practical intelligence that distinguished them in their feats. In popular culture, Cyclopes continue to capture everyone's imagination, being represented in movies, books, and other forms of media. Their image, always linked to immense strength and a wild aspect, arouses curiosity and fascination. These giants serve as a constant reminder of the power and mystery that pervades ancient legends, showing that even the most fearsome creatures have a rich and complex history. Speaking of rich stories, have you ever wondered how the Cyclopes got involved in the great war between the gods and the Titans? This part of the story is full of twists and epic moments that shaped the fate of Olympus. During the formidable war between gods and Titans, known as the Titanomachy, the Cyclopes played a pivotal role that changed the course of the conflict. Freed by Zeus from the depths of Tartarus, where they had been imprisoned by Uranus, these giants brought with them skills that would be decisive for the gods' victory. As master blacksmiths, the Cyclopes possessed the ability to forge weapons of immense power, a talent Zeus knew he would need to defeat his adversaries. The Cyclopes forged 3 weapons that would become legendary: Zeus's thunderbolt, Poseidon's trident, and Hades' helmet of invisibility. The thunderbolt, the ultimate symbol of Zeus's power, could control the skies and unleash devastating storms upon his enemies. Poseidon, with his trident, gained the power to control the seas, creating earthquakes and tsunamis to destabilize the Titans. Hades, with his helmet of invisibility, could move stealthily, surprising his foes and infiltrating enemy lines unseen. These weapons, forged in the heat of the Cyclopean forges, were not just instruments of destruction, but also symbols of the new power the gods were about to establish. Every strike from these weapons represented the emerging order over the chaos of the Titans. The Cyclopes' skill in creating these weapons became a legend in itself, showing that even beings known for their brutality possessed extraordinary talent for creation. The importance of these weapons became evident on the battlefields. With every lightning bolt cast by Zeus, every crushing wave created by Poseidon, and every stealthy strike by Hades, the gods gained ground over the Titans. The Cyclopes, through their skill and loyalty, ensured that the gods had a decisive advantage. Without these weapons, the story might have been very different, and the Titans could have continued their reign of terror. And this is not the only feat of the Cyclopes. Did you know that there are different types of Cyclopes in mythology, each with their own unique abilities and fascinating stories? In the vast Greek mythology, Cyclopes are not just creatures of brute strength and a single eye. They come in different forms and with distinct abilities. Firstly, we have the Uranian Cyclopes, the ancient and powerful children of Gaia and Uranus. These giants were master blacksmiths, renowned for their unparalleled skill in forging divine weapons. They were feared and respected by both gods and mortals, and their creations, like Zeus's thunderbolt and Poseidon's trident, are eternal testaments to their craftsmanship. In contrast to the Uranians, there are the builder Cyclopes, famous for their architectural abilities. These Cyclopes were credited with the construction of the impressive Cyclopean walls of ancient cities like Tiryns and Mycenae. Their expertise in creating massive and enduring structures demonstrated that Cyclopes were not only beings of great physical power, but also of considerable intelligence and architectural talent. Lastly, but no less important, are the shepherd Cyclopes. Different from their more famous brothers, these Cyclopes led simpler lives, tending to flocks and living in harmony with nature. The story of Polyphemus, the most well-known shepherd Cyclops, illustrates this aspect well. Despite their fearsome appearance, these Cyclopes had a deep connection with the land and animals, living in caves and subsisting on what nature provided. Each type of Cyclops, with their unique characteristics, contributed to the richness of Greek mythology. While the Uranians symbolized power and martial skill, the builders showed that Cyclopes were also beings of great intelligence and architectural talent. The shepherds, on the other hand, brought a more tender and nature-oriented perspective, humanizing these one-eyed giants. And speaking of grand constructions, the architectural skills of the builder Cyclopes were not limited to the Cyclopean walls. Did you know they are also credited with the creation of other ancient architectural marvels? The architectural marvels attributed to the Cyclopes are true testaments to their skill and ingenuity. These giants, known for their tremendous strength, also left their mark on history through the construction of the imposing Cyclopean walls in ancient cities like Tiryns and Mycenae. These walls, made of enormous stone blocks precisely fitted together, defy logic and understanding, demonstrating the Cyclopes' mastery in the art of construction. In Tiryns, the Cyclopean walls are an awe-inspiring sight. The stone blocks used are so large that, according to legend, only giants like the Cyclopes could have moved and fitted these stones with such precision. The techniques used to erect these structures remain a mystery to modern archaeologists. However, what we do know is that these constructions were not merely displays of brute force, but also of advanced engineering, capable of creating durable and functional edifices. Mycenae, another city famous for its Cyclopean walls, showcases a magnificent example of this architectural prowess. The Lion Gate, the monumental entrance to the city, is a highlight of Cyclopean engineering. Here, the precision with which the stones were placed provided not only an effective defense against invaders, but also created an aesthetically impressive structure that has withstood the test of time. Beyond the walls, the Cyclopes are credited with constructing other monuments and edifices throughout ancient Greece. These constructions served not only military and defensive purposes, but also demonstrated the Cyclopes' ability to create habitable and functional spaces for humans and gods alike. This ability to transform the natural environment into magnificent structures reflects a lesser-known but equally important facet of the Cyclopes. These Cyclopean constructions are not just physical legacies, but also symbols of the lasting impact of the Cyclopes on Greek culture and history. They show that despite their fearsome appearance and reputation, the Cyclopes had a constructive side that significantly contributed to the development of ancient Greek civilizations. And this leads us to ponder, how did these giant beings interact with the human heroes of mythology? The story of Odysseus and Polyphemus offers a fascinating clue. Would you like to delve deeper into this interaction, or explore another aspect of Cyclopean influence? Among Odysseus's many adventures, few are as renowned as his encounter with Polyphemus, the fearsome Cyclops shepherd. On his journey home from the Trojan War, Odysseus and his men found themselves in Polyphemus's cave, filled with sheep and cheese. Driven by curiosity, Odysseus led his men inside, but they were soon trapped by the one-eyed giant. Polyphemus, son of Poseidon, blocked the cave entrance with a huge stone and began eating Odysseus's men one by one. However, Odysseus was not just a mighty warrior, but also a master of strategy and cunning. One night, he offered Polyphemus some wine, causing the giant to fall into a deep sleep. Seizing the moment, Odysseus and his men sharpened a large wooden stake. When Polyphemus was fast asleep, they heated the stake in the fire and drove it into the giant's single eye, blinding him. Polyphemus's screams echoed through the mountains, but he was unable to catch the Greeks. To escape the cave, Odysseus devised a clever plan. He tied his men under the bellies of Polyphemus's sheep. When the Cyclops, blind and enraged, opened the cave in the morning to let his flock out, he did not notice that Odysseus's men were escaping with the animals. Thus, using both wit and bravery, Odysseus saved his men and ensured his own escape, showing that intelligence can triumph over brute strength. The story of Odysseus and Polyphemus is a classic example of how the human mind can overcome seemingly impossible challenges. This tale not only highlights Odysseus's cleverness, but also symbolizes the victory of reason over savagery. It serves as a lesson in facing challenges with intelligence and cunning, qualities we can all apply in our daily lives. The single eye of the Cyclopes is one of the most intriguing symbols in Greek mythology, carrying deep and varied meanings. This lone eye, located in the middle of the forehead, can be interpreted as a symbol of focused vision and insight. This singular vision might represent an ability to see beyond superficial appearances, a kind of clairvoyance that allows the Cyclopes to perceive the essence of things in a direct and penetrating way. However, the single eye can also be seen as a symbol of brute strength and primal nature. The Cyclopes, with all their physical power, are often depicted as beings who rely more on their strength than on their intelligence or cunning. This primitive aspect stands in stark contrast to their sharp vision, creating a fascinating duality that defines these giants. They are simultaneously skilled creators and fearsome destroyers. This duality is evident in their actions and contributions to mythology. As creators, the Cyclopes forged weapons of immense power for the gods, showcasing their skill and ingenuity. These weapons, such as Zeus's thunderbolt and Poseidon's trident, are clear examples of how the Cyclopes can channel their brute strength into creations of great significance and complexity. On the other hand, as destroyers, they are also capable of causing devastation and terror, as exemplified in the stories of Polyphemus and other Cyclopes who challenged human heroes. The symbolism of the single eye can also be interpreted as a metaphor for the Cyclopes' monocular view of the world. While Greek gods and heroes often display a multifaceted and complex vision, the Cyclopes represent a more simplistic and straightforward perspective. This single vision can be both an advantage and a limitation, depending on the context and circumstances they find themselves in. Thus, the single eye of the Cyclopes encapsulates the essence of their dual nature: the ability to create and destroy, to see clearly yet be blinded by the simplicity of their own perspective. And speaking of duality, the Cyclopes have left a lasting impact on Greek culture and art, appearing in various forms of media over the centuries. Their presence continues to captivate and inspire, reminding us of the powerful and multifaceted nature of these mythical giants. The legacy of the Cyclopes extends far beyond the pages of Greek mythology, leaving an indelible mark on culture and art throughout the centuries. These one-eyed giants have been immortalized in countless artistic representations, from ancient Greek ceramics and sculptures to Renaissance paintings and beyond. The image of the Cyclops, with its imposing and mysterious presence, continues to captivate and inspire artists of all eras. Moreover, the Cyclopes have influenced symbolism across various media. The single eye has become a symbol of vigilance and power in many cultures, appearing in logos, tattoos, and even in the iconography of cultural movements. The duality of the Cyclopes, as both creators and destroyers, is also explored in contemporary themes, reflecting the complexities of human nature and civilization. This enduring cultural impact highlights the ability of Greek myths to transcend time and continue to influence and inspire. The image of the Cyclops, with its piercing gaze and monumental strength, remains a powerful metaphor for the challenges and triumphs that define the human experience. With this, we conclude our exploration of the Cyclopes, but the richness of Greek mythology is vast and filled with other equally fascinating stories to discover. The story of Odysseus and Polyphemus is not just an exciting adventure, but also a powerful reminder of the human potential to overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. Odysseus shows us that with intelligence and determination, we can find creative solutions even in the most desperate situations. Now, I ask you, in which areas of your life can you apply this cunning and courage? What challenges can you face differently, using both your mind and your heart? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep learning more about mythology and inspiring stories. See you next time.